and welcome to Cooking with Love. I am terribly excited today because we will be making one of my favorite dishes. It's called my mother's bibimbap, which basically means my mother's fried rice. She came up with this recipe many years ago when we were basically tuna fishing on, near Gloucester and Provincetown. And my mother wanted to be able to provide my father and his guests with Korean food. But 20-30 years ago, kimchi was really hard to come by. So she had to do a little bit of improvisation and create a wonderful bibimbap without using kimchi. So this is what she came up with. Let me just take a few moments and introduce the ingredients that we'll be using. This is something that you can pick up anywhere. It's called ballpark franks. Vlasic kosher dill pickle. This is changjorim, which is basically a Korean liquid gold, we call it. But it's beef chunks that has been stewed in soy sauce for a couple hours. And it just kind of mellows out the soy sauce and gives it a really good flavor. I suggest you try it, but this will be on my other video. Then...
where can you get it?
You have to make it. Then, one of the most important ingredients is this thing called gochujang. This is what I call Korean love. What I mean by that is this goes into practically every dish that we make around here. And if it doesn't make it into the dish, it always finds itself on the table. But it's delicious, but it's really hot. So just remember, gochujang, it's the thing that makes you go choo-choo, like a train, and it's really awesome. So let's start chopping up.
Delicious and hot, that's just like me, right?
No comment. So now that we have introduced all the ingredients, let's get cutting and let's get cooking and eating, hopefully.
What the rice?
Oh, the most important thing. In a Korean home, or in a Korewaji home, as my home is now, you always have cold rice lying around, and it's just a wonderful way to whip up something whenever you want, during the day or during the evening or when you get a late night craving. So it's about 4 cups of cold rice right here. And so thank you for the reminder, Hubsy, and let's get cutting. Okay, so we're going to be using 4 of these ballpark franks. And you want to be sure to cut them with the similar thickness, as similar as you can possibly get it. And of course, while we're preparing the dish, always think love about how much your family is going to actually enjoy biting into these wonderful spoonfuls of bibimbap that you're going to serve up to them. And then we'll be using 1 pickle that we will dice up. And I know it might sound weird thinking that, why is she putting a pickle in fried rice? And that's exactly what I thought when I saw my mother do it. But she was using a pickle because she couldn't get her hands on kimchi. And what it does is it just kind of blends really nicely into the food and gives you that needed crunch that wants to make you keep on biting, spoonful after spoonful. And before you know it, the fried rice will be gone. And you'll have to wait another day, or wait until the evening before you can sink your teeth into it again. But I'm just nicely dicing it. The pickles are a bit rubbery and wobbly, so they don't look as nice as they will taste. But I promise it will taste really good. And then this is basically for beef lovers. This is changjorim. It's, as I said, it's chunks of beef that's been stewed in soy sauce. And it's going to give us that saltiness or a bit of chewiness that really kind of helps bring everything together. So this is about maybe about a 1/4 cup actually. We're not in Provincetown and Gloucester, So since I happen to have a bit of kimchi, we're absolutely going to chop it up and use it. So about a 1/4 cup of kimchi, nicely diced. And don't throw away the juice from the kimchi, because that is the good stuff. And it will give your bibimbap really, really great flavor. So there you have it.
If you don't know how to make kimchi, where do you get it?
You can always buy it at the store. They have H Marts all across the country. You can make it if you feel a bit adventurous. But let's take the ingredients over to the stove and get cooking. All right, let's get the burner happening. Heat up the pot, nice and hot. To the pot, we're going to put about maybe 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. You just want to make sure that the pan is really nicely coated. And you see how the oil, the sesame oil, is kind of pulling away from the edge of the pot? That's how you know that the pot and the oil are getting really nice and happy, getting ready for all the ingredients to dive in. And we will do that in a couple seconds. So let's grab the plate of ingredients that we prepared, and here we go. Woo! There we go, the hot dogs, and then the pickles, then the kimchi, of course, and a little bit of tangerine. You hear that lovely sizzling? You know that you're preparing something really wonderful for your family. And every time you serve this up, you'll be able to tell a little bit of a story of how this recipe came to be. And from my mom and me, it has so many great memories about fishing days with my dad in Provincetown in Gloucester. So every time I whip this dish up, I can literally smell the ocean, if you know what I mean. Okay, and then to that, we're going to add about 4 cups of rice. And if your rice looks a bit dry, you can always add a bit of water. To get them nice and happy. And just in case you have little ones in the house, you can always opt out the gochujang, or the chuchitrain as I call it, to keep it from being too hot for little kids or toddlers. But if your kids are ready for a little bit of Korean love, then by all means, put as much as you would like. So we're going to put about 3 tablespoons of tangerine. And I know that in every pantry you're going to have a bit of garlic powder lying around. And what I like to do is just give it a little dusting of it, just to give it a little flavor. Just round up the flavor a little bit. In this house, I don't even have to call my kids. The minute I start making this, they can smell it. And they will literally come running down to see what's cooking. And that's the wonderful thing about creating homemade meals for your family. It's just wonderful. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of gochujang, about half a tablespoon, into this fried rice. So that there's a bit of hotness, not too much. And don't worry if you find your rice sticking to the pot. You know, in Korea, we call that nudumji. And actually, for many, many people, that's the favorite part of a bibimbap, because all the flavors get concentrated in there at the bottom of the pot. And you get a bit of the crunch as well as the chewiness of nudumji, which is just fantastic. And that's it, basically. Now let's put it in little servings for everybody to enjoy, and let's see if my hubsy approves. So there you have it, my mother's bibimbap, or my mother's fried rice. So let's bring out the tasters and see what they think about it. Come on in, hubsy.
Okay, nice and healthy.
Lots of goodness.
Can I try it?
Yeah, absolutely. So take a bite.
With some sausage, that is.
Mm-hmm.
Mmm. Hallelujah. It's really nice.
Good?
Really good. Look there.